the reason he's going back out there is because it's not about me, it's about the guy next to you. And that was the one thing that any person in Iraq or Afghanistan is always thinking about, always, is that it's not about me. It's not about the people back home. It's not about politics or anything. It's about that person who's right next to you, about your battle buddy. It's about that person who's always there for you, and you're always there for him. And that is the only thing that is going to get you to come back home with your whatever sanity is left. Is that true?
Well, sanity, no. Your best bet of bringing your physical body back home alive is the person to the left and right of you. Your mental body being through combat, you're not going to come back the same. That's a given, ever. There's no person that has gone from civilian life to combat and come back and been exactly the same. There's no way. Taking a human life is not natural. It's really not. A lot of people are like, well, what do you feel when you take a human life? Oh, recoil. Yeah, no, you really don't. It's a piece of you dies each time. Whether it's a small part or a big part is 100% up to the person and how much they deal with it. But no, the actual combat, the whole adrenaline rush, watching the man next to you take a bullet straight through his nasal cavity and watching his head nearly explode right next to you, or watching somebody jump on a grenade so that the rest of the platoon doesn't, die, or the rest of the squad, I should say, or just random acts of an IED. Somebody is standing there 1 second, the next second they're a plume of dust, and you're sending a search party out for his fucking helmet a half mile away. I mean, these are real tragedies of combat. But there's no one who can ever say that they came back from combat exactly the same as they left, ever. And if they are, they're lying and they need help.
I mean, Kyle, do you feel like your government is doing enough for you after you came back?
Well, I am one of those people who have always tried to hide as much as I can of what is wrong with me. I find different vices between hunting and drinking or reading something. I find a vice. I keep myself busy. I am a jack of all trades and master of none. I mean, I can do everything from build your house from the basement up to repair your transmission on your vehicle. But I keep myself very busy. I do drink more than I used to. As a matter of fact, coming on Wednesday, I'm supposed to go in for my court date for my second DUI.
Really?
So, yes. So, I mean, there's vices for it. Some people take counseling. I tried counseling. It did not sit well with me at all. So I discovered different ways to try to do it as best I can. But, I mean, as far as what is available to us, I mean, could they always do more? Probably. But, I mean, at the same time, you have veterans from Vietnam. There are tens of thousands of veterans from Vietnam who are more or less swept under the rug. And it's hard for me to say, well, you need to take care of us, the Iraqi and Afghanistan war vets, when they're not even taking care of them. And they came 40 years prior to us, at least.
It's not right. It's not right. I know I'm saying this as not an American, but like you stood up for your country when it needed you the most, and I think true. It's absolutely disgraceful that the same people who would use you as pawns to gain whatever political objectives they wanted to in a Middle Eastern oil war or whatever would just completely forget you by the time you got home, for your mental treatment or whatever help you needed. I mean, you you've done more for this country than most Americans ever done. And I just
At the same time,
is it the humility? I mean, because America, like veterans, like they, I don't know. I mean, like you guys, you go over there, right? It's all for your brother. It's all for your, the battle buddy. It's everything, and then you get back home.
Veterans will always take care of each other. Veterans have always got each other's back. Veterans don't really need that much help as much as everyone thinks we do. Veterans have veterans, and we've always got each other's back. There is not one veteran that I know who will say, I want you to help me before you help that homeless guy. I want you to help me before you help that person over there who is pregnant with triplets or whatever and is living on the street. Not one veteran will ever tell you to help them first, ever. I mean, there's we're not treated fairly. We don't have housing, et cetera, et cetera. Neither are several 100 million people.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? As veterans, they come first. Veterans do not come first. We don't need to come first. We are humble. We can take care of ourselves. We're trained to take care of ourselves. And we have other veterans to lean on. There's not one veteran, like I said, there's not one veteran I know who will not say, help me before you help them.
You guys leave nobody behind. You leave nobody behind.
Yeah. Veterans can take care of themselves. Straighten out our fucking country. Straighten out our shit. You want to show support for veterans? Be a country that we're proud to support.